What's up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Roller Coaster Tycoon World. When we left off, we did try to create this hyper coaster, but it didn't end up working out in the end because I purchased the land to the right, and it was kind of going the direction where I'd have to purchase another set of land to get it. So I decided to delete it, and not to mention, I also decided to delete this wooden coaster and actually rebuild a new wooden coaster with it, and that would actually build out to the side as well. And I thought it would actually turn out to be a lot better. It'd give me a little bit more space in the long run for future attractions and stuff like that. So I do want to let everyone know this isn't a very serious park, as in I'm not going 100% on this park because it hasn't turned out the way I wanted it, but I am going to finish it. There's only going to be about 5 episodes on this park, and the rest, and then actually in about a couple more, or in episode 6 actually, I do start on a new park, just so you guys know, because I have recorded that for already. And one thing I do like about Roller Coaster Tycoon World better than Planet Coaster at the moment, is that it has height marks on tracks. Like, I cannot stress how much I love having height marks on tracks in the form of feet, and getting that, the miles per hour and stuff. And I'm sure Planet Coaster will have a system that will have all that stuff and their statistics and stuff on your rides, because in Planet Coaster I'm struggling on scaling the rides correctly. Here in Roller Coaster Tycoon World, I don't have that issue because I can tell exactly how tall each one of my coasters are, and I can do it accurately and stuff like that. But again, this park is not going to be completely serious. It's kind of just a throw together park to get started in Roller Coaster Tycoon World, and I'm going to start updating or playing it a lot more to get a little bit more hang of it. Since I was so absent for the longest time, I did kind of lose some skill in this game a little bit, and it's probably because I've been playing Planet Coaster so much, but I want to try and play both just as much almost in the long run, to give Planet Coaster or Roller Coaster Tycoon World a fair edge here, or a fair amount of playing, I guess I would call it, because I've been playing Planet Coaster a little bit too much. Well, I guess you can't play it too much, but anyways, I do want to give Roller Coaster Tycoon World credit where it deserves credit. And there are still a lot of wonky things, like right there it didn't let me place a track piece for some reason that would not let me know why. But anyways, one thing I would like about Planet Coaster that I think Roller Coaster Tycoon World could benefit from is to add straight pieces from the end of the ride as well. So you could start from the station and work backwards, like you could in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 and such like that. That way you can line up the brake run a little bit easier and have that straight piece going to the station. If I'm explaining that right, I don't know exactly, but anyways, this is this wooden coaster. I just put a simple layout. It's nothing too fancy or simple. And another thing, if I don't have those trains or add those trains, I wish those station gates would disappear as well. One thing I do have to give them, the POVs on Roller Coaster Tycoon World actually look pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. Mostly because the lighting looks fantastic in the POVs. I do have to give them that. I'm going to compliment them when they deserve to be complimented. And since the game's been updated, they've done a very nice job of lighting and trying to make the game look a little bit more appealing. I tried to have 2 trains here, but the block system is just so messed up in Roller Coaster Tycoon World. Like, I don't know why they were both going on the same time. There defeats the purpose of a block system if it doesn't do the block system, I guess. I don't know how the block system works. I placed the block brake in place, but still did not have any success in it. So I decided to keep the queue line from the previous coaster and just add on from the new coaster that I placed. And it was a little more simpler and, made me save some time. So, and anyways, when it gets dark every single time, I'm tired of hearing saying your park is too dark. and I have lights literally everywhere lighting the entire park up, and I don't understand. Unless it's talking about the new sections that I do place down, I guess, I don't know. But anyways, this coaster will remain called Wildwood for whatever reason. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments if I should, if you guys want to see a cinematic video of this park, because it is only a 5-episode park. It's a very small park, nothing too fancy, but I decided to go ahead and finish it simply because from now on I'm going to finish my projects. You know, I'm not going to give up on projects. I'm going to actually finish them from now on. And that's how it's going to work these days. And again, I'm not putting all efforts out on this park because I do want to get to the next park a little bit. And like I said, I'm going to finish my projects, but I just want to get through this park a little bit. And it doesn't mean I'm not putting effort into it. It just means I want to get on to bigger and better things. With the updates, there's a couple new things that I want to check out. So, but anyways, I think the new park that I am just starting on episode 6 actually is turning out very nicely. So that is something to look forward to in the long run. So, but anyways, for now, let's continue on this park. And just go. The next park I do actually do. I do the flatland, and started off flatland, and everything's gonna be customizable in the end. And I think it will be. And it's also a sandbox. This is actually a campaign mode, and stuff like that. So in the end, this park ends up only having 3 roller coasters, but that's the way it does end up going. So. That's it for that, and I decided to put a flat ride here, just kind of like that little twister one that's kind of cool, I guess. And I gotta say, I am impressed with Roller Coaster Tycoon World updating the game quite often, which is a nice thing to have. You know, they keep adding stuff to the game, like you can do patrol areas now for your staff, something that people have been wanting probably for a while. And that's kind of a nice touch as well. I'm kind of glad. One thing I do hate in this game is the path system. The path system is just broken, and you have to delete pathway to get what you want. Sometimes you have to delete like an entire pathway, sometimes buildings that you've placed and stuff like that, just to get the right pathway to make it straight. And it like wants to latch on to stuff that I don't want it to latch onto, and that's kind of what it is. So here we got some land clearing going on for a new coaster, and this is going to be, I decided to trash the hyper coaster idea and go with a floorless coaster instead for this spot. Simply because I think it will fit a little bit nicer than a hyper coaster in the long run, and yeah, so that's what I end up going with here. So anyways, again, this park is nothing to be super impressed with. I doubt anyone will be super impressed with this park, but I at least give it some effort, I guess. And I have to say the coaster builder is turning out to be a lot better and more flexible in aspects of creating your own elements, which is kind of nice to have. So I do experiment. This is the first time I've actually kind of experimented using that. Here on this is trying to create my own like elements and loops and stuff like that in this park, or on this ride, and it turns out decent, but I'm gonna have to practice a little bit more on that. A lot of people like the coaster builder and Roller Coaster Tycoon World better than Planet Coaster, but I'm currently on Team Planet Coaster with this because simply they have the smooth tool in hand, and I like how it's piece by piece, or it's pretty much piece by piece, but you can also bend the track any way you want, kind of, in Planet Coaster. But overall, they both have pretty powerful track builders and stuff like that, but I do slightly prefer Planet Coaster's track or coaster builder over Roller Coaster Tycoon World just a little bit more. And I like the way they look a lot better in Planet Coaster too. These just look way too cartoony for me, and I'm just not a big fan of the cartoon look. You know, I'm more of the realistic look. So, but anyways, this is me trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. for this part. I spent so much time on this part just trying to figure out what I'm doing. And all I really am doing is a loop, and I don't know if you can hear that, but that is my cat actually going crazy in the background. I don't know if my microphone's picking it up, but just ignore that. It's yeah, sometimes my cats just they're still kittens, so they can't stand being away from me for more than 10 minutes. Anyways, but yeah, so I end up going, I think this is called a dive loop, or it's kind of like the inverted part of an implement. You know, you do the twist first and then go into the loop and part. I don't know exactly. I keep forgetting the names of my elements, and that's a bad thing because I used to know all these very well. I think it's kind of like a dive loop inversion or something like that. No, a dive loop would be. Is that a dive loop? Let me know in the comments if that's a dive loop. I can't remember. So, but anyways, I have to mention that here in the studio where I record, it is very toasty because there's no air conditioning. I'd have the fan running, but it would be in the background and be very annoying in the video. But anyways, that's all besides the point, and I'm sweating up. But actually, I'm about to move here in about a month or a few weeks. To actually move into a new place, and it will have air conditioning throughout the house, which will be nice. So I can't wait to get in that new studio, and hopefully things will be just a little bit better for that matter. And this is me trying to actually create a pretty decent corkscrew using the basic piece by piece builder, and then just customizing those nodes later. But anyways, this is a pretty decent corkscrew. I'm just pretty surprised of how it turned out. But pretty much this episode is finishing up this layout. There's not much to the layout left. But anyways, this layout is kind of basic, kind of short, and not a whole lot. I think there's 3 inversions on this floorless coaster, so it's a very small B&M, coaster, or B&M floorless coaster. And once we get into the next park, it will be sandbox mode as well, so we can have a lot more choices to choose from for coaster-wise and stuff like that, and it'll be very nice. But I do get to the end here, and this is the issue that I was talking about. I wish you could start from the back and kind of work your way, or work and connect them in the end. Start back, or build backwards in a sense. It would make it a lot easier for the ending and stuff like that. In my opinion. But then I go for the color scheme. I just thought a red and black theme would work pretty well for this coaster, and it looks kind of cool. So I wish you could customize the cars colors as much as you could with each coaster track, and I'm sure they will put that in there as soon as people start saying stuff. So anyways, I forget to put the lift hill on this hill, which is kind of funny, and in the long run it takes forever for me to actually get this coaster to work. I had to keep raising the brake force up and up. I guess I was going a little bit too quick through the brake run, but it got through it pretty smoothly, and in the long run turned out to be a pretty decent coaster, I thought. So, but anyways, that is about it for this video, because the rest of the video is just me trying to test this out and get it to where it passes, I guess, the brake run and stuff like that, so it doesn't crash into each other. I didn't even try to attempt to do 2 trains just because it's just broken right now. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this park, and if I should do a cinematic video on it or not. But there's only one more episode left on this park, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. But have a great day, even cooler tomorrow. Thank you and goodbye. I hit my mic there at the end, sorry.